Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Monday, the 29th of June 2026. So thankfully, the internet issue that I had last week is now sorted. So let's have a look and catch up with where we left off from Wednesday of last week. So mega cap tech sees worst week since Liberation Day. Gold death crossed as oil and yields tumble. Dispersion within the AI world and the broadening outside of it, Bitcoin and bullion were once again battered. They have recovered slightly. Gold is back above the $4,000 level, which we'll look at later. Not a wash wobble. Goldman Partner says the real driver of market volatility is AI rebalancing. You're starting to see a lot of this now. Tech rout continues into quarter month end, according to News Corp US market wrap, and the AI apocalypse from don't panic to 15 million job body bags. There's no doubts about it's going to have a massive impact on jobs. Even just myself playing around with it in Excel and everything else, you can see that its capabilities are quite staggering and getting more so by the day. Let's have a look at the last news item, and we've got Apple wants to buy memory from China. Soaring chip prices spark inflation shock. Yeah, I saw a video the other day. One of my passions has been music for 40 plus years, playing the drums. And there is a chap called Rick Beato who has a YouTube channel of some 3 million subscribers, and he was talking about backing up all of his videos and everything else, and went to buy some SDS drives to back up the data, only to discover that the prices have gone up thousands of percent. So as this says here, chip prices spark inflation shock. We're certainly going to see that. It's a massive, massive increase. So anybody buying new PCs or replacement drives at the moment are in for a bit of a shock of how much these prices have gone up over the last 12 months. Meanwhile, with economic news, it's non-farm payrolls this week. We can see that because we've got the JOLTS, we've also got the ADP on Wednesday, and we've also got the non-farm payrolls on Friday. There's a lot of central bankers out this week as well, which you can see there. But for today, we've just got Lagarde. The Italian markets are actually closed. Right, let's have a look at the markets for the last few days and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow daily, we've had a new all-time high during last week. Let's just bring that up for you. And prices have traded up to, let's get rid of that, 52,000 there, where the pink line is 682, but we've pulled back off this with this semiconductor pullback and AI trimming of the momentum. But there you can see we're still above the 5-bar moving average, and the 30-minute chart again you can see on Friday bringing the market back, but not making any great gains, except to say that the market is above the 200 MA there in the 30-minute chart. Let's have a look at the DAX. So in the German DAX, still stuck in this sideways range. We're heading into summer now as well, which is going to make things worse. But at the moment, sideways there. 30-minute chart, we declined during Friday. We saw a bit of volume coming in there with green and demand holding prices. And overnight, we've had a bit of a gap as well, because the US have been bombing the Strait of Hormuz again over the weekend. But I don't think it's derailed the deal as of yet. But the market there gapping up and coming back to more or less fill it there, but moving to the upside. Needs to stay above the DP there. If not, we're going to certainly fill the gap from Friday there. Let's have a look at the S&P. So in the S&P, got a bit of a downtrend established there, down to the 50 EMA. Got some demand there for Friday, trying to bring the markets back as well, following the sell-off. And on Friday, moving up and then back, and then overnight prices have managed to move up. But the 200 MA there causing a bit of a problem with prices on the upside. But we can see that we need to get through Friday's high in order to move higher. And meanwhile, in the UK, the sideways move continues there, with everybody waiting to see what Burnham's going to do. I find the whole thing, frankly, incredible. I really do, that there's over 400 other members of parliament on the Labour benches that can't even get a look in. It's like the Messiah has turned up and is a straight route to the top job. It's just incredible, unless it's just me, but the whole thing just seems engineered, to be polite. Just incredible. So the FT 100 on Friday, it was up, then it was down, up, back, and then overnight moving back to the upside. So again, just stuck in this sideways trading range. So have a look at the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq still coming under pressure. You can see for the last few days prices have been sideways. They've been bouncing off the 50 EMA though. The key question is, can they actually continue to hold above this level? 30-minute chart from Friday, market stuck in a range, and overnight also continuing in this range. It's just a smaller range. It needs to hold above the DP in order to move higher there. Let's have a look at the US dollar. And in the US dollar, we've got a bit of a reprieve here, taking some of the pressure off the metals. They were certainly hammered over the last week. I don't know why, but they continue to come under pressure. Well, I do know why, because obviously they're manipulated, and it makes a lot more sense for the central banks that are buying gold to actually manipulate the price lower. So let's have a look at the Far East prices. They're up from 63 to 65. And then Shanghai difference is only 657, and the gold-silver ratio is stuck in a sideways range, as I mentioned last week, going to 70 and above, and that's precisely what we see there. There's no pressure at the moment on deliveries, as you can see there. Well, saying that, I've just noticed this, contradicting myself there. The stress index is down, but there's an 85.4 high delivery pressure, and there's 2 days left for the first notice, so you can expect prices to be hammered to the downside then, because that's what they like to do when they get to first notice day. So yeah, I didn't notice that. Interesting. Now we need to keep an eye on that one. So potential delivery versus registered 85.4. Let's have a look at the charts. And starting off with silver, the market finding a bit of support there as it retested the lows on Friday. If I have a look, yep, and then moving, you can see it there, got the climatic volume moving up off this. At the moment we're sideways to higher off the DP as well. Importantly, gold is sideways as well. We're back above the $4,000 psychological level. Fingers crossed they won't let it drop too much below this. You can see there that we've got volume there is quite high as well, climatic in nature. 30-minute chart Friday, gold has moved up nicely, now stuck in a sideways move, but trying to move higher. It'll have its day. It's seasonal. You can expect this to continue for some time before moving back to the upside. And finally, let's just have a look at the 2-minute chart for where we are at the moment. Didn't have any charts. Well, I did actually record, but the internet kept going off and the data was just awful. There was a lot of gaps in it and everything else, so I haven't got that. So here we go for Friday's trades. You can see there we had a bit of a move to the upside, then back down, then a failed long with prices moving lower, and then into a sideways move, and then in the afternoon we moved higher in the DAX, and then we moved lower. But currently we are sitting in a sideways move as well. In fact, let's just have a look, see where we are in relation to the low. We're 200 points off the low at the moment, or thereabouts, and off Friday's high we are 200 points, as we can see with the division of the blue lines there. So at the moment we're stuck in a bit of a sideways quiet at the moment night. Tell you what, let's just have a look at that gap that we saw earlier. It hasn't been filled, so there is always that chance that that will be filled as well. At the moment the market's holding above the 200 MA in this particular time frame until we get to the latest part of the chart where we can see there's a bit of a struggle going on there at the moment, but it's doing its best to try and fight back. Right, that's it for this one. let's see what today brings. And as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.